Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki spiritual healer. And someone asked me, do I like music? Of course I like music. I listen to music, but I'm more of a rock person. I like certain songs by In Living Color, the rock band, the all black rock band. I think I played it for you one time on here. I like Kansas, Dust in the Wind, different kinds of, soft rock or, alternative rock. So that's something that I listen to. I also listen to, different kinds of rap music if it has a message, if it's saying something. But that new stuff, it just doesn't do anything for me. So I stopped listening to music, quite a while ago. And as a matter of fact, I haven't listened to any music since I would say probably when I went on this mission, this mission of God, in order to spread, the truth, in order for you guys to understand that although there are certain types of lyrics and certain subliminal messages that can be put into music, we don't want to listen to that. We want to listen to the love. We want to listen to the truth about what's going on in society, something that makes you think, and something that, will get you spiritually in tune. Gospel music, some of those lyrics in there is good for your soul. So, my mother used to play for us Mahalia Jackson, when I was little. And like I say, we always woke up to Alley Pat on WAOK, so I hope that some of these types of music that I listen to, and I still listen to sometimes, it will help you guys out and get you, mentally focused on what you need to do. So enough about what I listen to. Let's get into our topic for today. We have an understanding that we can be healed, that a lot of the things, the frequencies that have been sent out can be healed. But we first have to understand, where are we going to get this healing from? And the healing comes from understanding what's going on around you. It starts with getting our young people in line. And, I really appreciate all of you who are content creators who are reaching out to people and letting them know that there is help for you on our channels, on your channels, for people who are under attack, for people who want to know how to go to the gym, how to eat right, to get in alignment, in a healthier way, to engage with people in a healthier way. So we are also making sure that these types of understanding, that we have to incorporate the holy books into our everyday life. This is how we incorporate the holy books into other people's lives. And we're able to have that influence in people's lives in order to lead and guide them in a way that, we were guided, in the same way that we were guided, and this is what we are supposed to do. This is how we come back into alignment, by, righting the wrongs that have been done upon our people. And it starts with us. And in many cases, that's going to mean, moving away from those manipulators. That's going to mean moving away from the monitoring spirits, those people who are envious and jealous of you. That's going to mean calling your power back in society and not going to work, for these companies who are in a line with the entity. Those parents, it's going to mean that you're going to have to limit your time around your own family members, or move away altogether. So we understand that the way that we are behaving right now is waking up other chosen ones. It's waking up a younger generation. We are able to dispatch them and interpret the holy books the way that it was kept from us, the way that it was intended by God, in order to, show the respect and the fear in society, to God, to all of our people, to our parents, to put that fear back into our children. So that, if you're going to align with the entity, then we're going to make sure that, you're going to have to stay over there. Once you make that decision, you can't come back and align with me, because I'm a chosen one. That's one of the most hurtful things that we have to do as chosen ones, is to break away from those things that do not serve us in our life. Excuse me. So we are able to have this type of discernment. We are able to heal ourselves and rebuild, the attacks that void, those attacks that are upon our young people. We are able to heal ourselves in different ways. I do not expect, a lot of you to have the understanding, because this type of information on how to heal you and what to do, where it's listed in the holy books, has not been taught. It hasn't been taught, and in many cases it has been misinterpreted intentionally to mislead you, to misguide you, and to have your abilities, your gifts, your blessings siphoned, either at one level or, another, in order to keep you totally, incapacitated to the system. So when we are cleansing these types of negative energy out of our lives, when we are identifying these types of negative energies that have been inserted, and we're moving away from them, and again, that includes, working for the entity. That includes, being educated by the entity. When you are in alignment with God, then we will have our own way. This is what, the way that we want to educate our own people, is the way God intended for every people to be. And we have to make sure that we're calling back our power. We're calling back our health. We're calling back our finances in these spaces that have been manipulated, that these network of spells have gone forth over our parents to deceive them in order to, give the next generation up to the entity, so that all would be lost. But, like I say, God would not allow but his light be perfected upon us, and we are now in alignment in order to come together, to have the unity, the ones of us who are chosen ones, not those pretenders, who want to enslave their own people, like the people of the past, like the ancients, like those grandparents that wanted to abuse certain family members or certain ones of you. We are in alignment to come into unity, to bring our young people into unity with how to, critique themselves, how to handle themselves with this entity, what to look for, how we are not to use, these internet spaces, these spaces for the entity. We cannot give our ideas over into the entity, because we understand that they have been using these types of frequencies to siphon our mental health. And I cannot say it enough. They have been using these types of, frequencies in order to send violent attacks upon our own people in the home, through video games. We have to limit our time. If you do not have a strong enough mind, children, young people, who are very impressionable, who can be influenced by these types of frequencies, where they think that they are gothic, where they think that they can carry out the missions that they have been playing on these games on the vulnerable in their homes. And this goes for men and young men, these people who like to play video games. These are the types of violent frequencies that they have put in these video games towards your own people, towards the family. And a lot of people do not understand that, you know, they're waking up in jail. They're waking up, you know, doing things that they would not normally do, because the entity has influenced your mind through the internet, through music, through these video games. And that's why it has been a compilation of these types of attacks in all of these things. You have music in the movies. You have music in the video games. You have different kinds of music on the internet. You have music, you know, on TV. And this is why it's very important to limit these types of frequencies in your home, in your body, on your mind, because it's definitely a psychic attack that has been sent out over time in order to change the trajectory of our people, in order to attack our people, in order to, you know, paint us in a light, in order to siphon our energy and control, especially the men among us, especially those who are in alignment with the patriarchy, in order to, you know, enslave the men, women, and children, the most vulnerable among us, to send us back into a time where, you know, it is in the past. It is for our grandparents. It is for, you know, those people who would allow themselves to go backwards in time and do not want to move forward, who will not fight, and stand against what is evil, what they know has been misinterpreted of the holy books, in order to attack certain spirituality in the holy books, in order to attack us as a people. So we want to stand against these types of social injustice. And, you know, we want to read from the holy books. And I want you to read Surah, and I'm going to go Surah An-Nisa in the holy books. And let me just pull it up really quick, because I wrote it down for us. You know, I had to write it down. And we're going to go 4 and 135 for, you know, injustice. You know, we can also do 3 and 140. And we want to read in the Holy Bible. We want to read Isaiah 58, 6 through 7 about social injustice. And you can also read Psalms 82 and 3 from the Holy Bible. So these are the ways that we come together. We apply the holy books to our lives and other people's lives. You know, and in many cases, you will have to, you know, give them the truth. And sometimes the truth is not beautiful. Sometimes it's the harsh truth when people have, you know, done malevolent things and been in alignment with the entity against their own people. And we have to make sure that, you know, we separate ourselves from those types of people. We separate ourselves from the past. We separate ourselves from the entity, and we call our power back, you know, on all levels, you know, as we wake up the chosen ones, as we wake up fresh generations to help us to remove this scourge from our people, the addictions, the types of attacks upon our minds using these frequencies, these radio frequencies, you know, these TV antenna frequencies, from these different types of attacks upon our young people, upon our men, upon our women. And, you know, again, one of the worst types of malevolent attacks that are upon us is the ones of us who want the proximity to the Europeans to the colonizers who want to look like them, who want to, compete and compare their women to us, who want to our men to be in alignment with that type of negative energy. So I hope that you receive this message. Please reach out to me so we can cleanse this negative energy of those who want to be in proximity with the entity. We are sending those addicts, those people who are Europeanized, and those people that they call coons back to the colonizers and the entity. So please book your one-on-one session so we can cleanse these people out of our society, out of our business dealings. Book your life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. Like, share, and subscribe to me. Donate to me. Leave a comment for me. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.